Who says Halloween pumpkins have to be orange? Today we're using the new Spellbinders Peekaboo Stencil of the Month to make a vibrant purple pumpkin card with a little bit of sparkle and shine. Stick around to the end because I'm also showing a dark and moody variation using this exact same stencil design. So stay tuned. Hey crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs and welcome to my channel. Today I have the stencil of the month for August from Spellbinders, and this is called Peekaboo Stencil. And this is through the monthly club subscription, and this month's theme is the Crafty Boo Crew. So there's a lot of Halloween themed things that are pretty awesome and fun. This is what this looks like completed. It's pretty awesome. I love the kind of the wreath sort of look, or they look like they're looking down on you. I will say that whatever color paper you use to stencil on, that will be the color of your ghosts. So keep that tip in mind and don't ask me how I know that. No, I have a funny story for you later, as well as another example of this. But today we are making purple cards. This stencil set has 5 stencils. First we have a mask that covers up all of the images so that you can do cool background techniques. And then we have the pumpkins, and then the pumpkin stems, and then the pumpkin spooky faces, and then we have the eyes for the ghosts and some bats. I'm going to be stenciling on top of Spellbinders Fairy Tale cardstock today. And for my sentiment and also some images on the inside of the card, I have this BetterPress set that's called Halloween Icons, and it's really cool because it has this whole plate for the sentiments, and you cut them out with one die, and then it has all these BetterPress characters, which is pretty cool. So like I said, we have the Spellbinders Fairy Tale. I'm also using the altenew Pure Graphite and altenew Jet Black, and we might be bringing in some purple pearlized paper, which is a mouthful. For the stenciling, we are going to be using the altenew quad that is the Moonlit Twilight, which is one of my favorites. I think we might go lime for the pumpkin stems, just to see if that'll add a nice bright pop. So let's get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and stencil these, and then at the last layer I'm going to use black Nocturne pigment ink, so that'll stay wet longer, and then I'm going to do heat embossing on top of that with the sparkle powder from Wow. And I'm doing that. You can use just ink. You could also use, if you had a paste, like a sparkle paste or just a black paste. I do not want to wait for it to dry today, so I'm going to use the heat embossing, and that'll be ready to go right away. And in our background, I might add some Distress Spritz in Hickory Smoke and Villainous Potion, so we shall see. So let's get started. I will speed up the stenciling so that you don't have to sit here for hours. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, all right, let's get started. All right, check this out. Look at how amazing this turned out. I absolutely love this. Oh my goodness. So let's get this card put together. All right. Out of that set that I showed you earlier, I had done better pressing and did the sending spooky hugs. This is going to be a happy birthday card for my sister whose birthday is right near Halloween and she loves Halloween. And this is the inside. How cute is this? So I put the have a fabulous birthday with this little ghost who's trick-or-treating, and that's better pressed on there, so that looks pretty cool. So we will get this together. I just love how moody this turned out with the purples, and I love it. I love it. All right. I'm just gonna put this together with my tape runner. Just run through really quick and put all of the layers together. One of the layers I did cut out that purple pearlescent paper, and so I'm just using that as a another matting layer. Alright, before I put the sentiment on the front, I'm just going to put the inside in, and I like to use temper adhesive for that, so I can just take it right out if I mess up when I'm writing and just redo this, and I'd rather do that than tear apart my whole card. And then once I write it out, I do put it in with permanent. All right, let's get this sentiment on, and I just wanted to show you, I wanted to have like kind of a matte layer for this. So what I did is I just took a strip of that pure graphite, and I used the die that was the correct size for that one, and I just die cut it out, just a strip right there, and then I cut it in the middle, and then I glued, you know, the top half to the top half and the bottom half to the bottom half. And then I get a, you know, a cool, you know, edge on there because it's got that kind of frayed edge, and it just kind of sets it off. So that's a little trick. If you ever need to put, you know, a matte layer behind something, you can always cut out the same exact thing, cut it in half, and then glue it on the top and the bottom. And nobody would ever know. All right, so let's get this on here. All right, well, while that sentiment is getting set up, I will show you my other card and we can have a good laugh at me about it. Let me show this to you. So here is this kind of moody, spooky version of this. And here's the inside. This is so cute too. I love this little ghost portrait. But anyway, so when I first pulled these out, and I was looking at them and I said, oh, okay, this first one is just, you know, a mask for all of the things. So you can decorate the inside, and, you know, do it up however you want to. So I said to myself, I don't need this. I am going to make a whole background panel, and I'm going to use craft cardstock, and I'm going to, you know, use a lot of the distress inks and do, you know, like the dipping, and it's all, you know, the droplets and everything, like the whole thing, the ink smushing. Right, so I made this beautiful moody background, and so then I said, okay, I need to start stenciling. So I put on the pumpkin one, and I used Distress Oxide inks because I wanted them to sit on top of the background. I used like carved pumpkin, spiced marmalade, then, you know, we put the stems on, and it's like Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, Rustic Wilderness. Then I'm putting on the smiles here, and I'm using Scorched Timber and Black Soot. And then I go to do the bats, and I was going to do the Nocturne again. And the eyes were just floating with nothing there. And I could not figure out what was wrong. And I thought maybe I hadn't got I was missing a stencil from my set. I thought there's the separate ghost stencil. Like, could not figure out what was going on with these just floating eyeballs, right? So I put out a question to the Spellbinders community and got an answer back from Yana, and she said that the first stencil, the negative space when you go around the edge, is what actually creates the ghost image. So I had all the pieces I need. I just didn't know I had to use the first one to make the ghosts. So once I put that over that, and then I used some scorched timber distress ink and went around that really dark, so then the ghost would show, which they did. So two pieces of advice with this stencil. Remember, the ghosts are going to be whatever color your paper is, and also make sure you use all the layers. So and I thought that was actually a really ingenious way to design a stencil, to have the negative space actually show up as something. I thought that was really cool. But again, so we just have, you know, some of the oranges here, the sending spooky hugs, our, you know, moonlight ghosts here. And then, so let's take a peek at this one. And here is our beautiful purple version. And look at those bats. I showed it. So that is just the sparkle embossing. And I used the VersaFine Clair Nocturne and then did the sparkle embossing on top of that. So that's how that ended up. So you can see our ghosties here are actually that original fairy tale panel. So it's amazing that we were able to take this color base and turn it into this whole thing with all of those stencils. So that is really super cool. And we've got our inside, and I think my sister is going to love it. So whether you love the bright purple or the dark moody look, there are so many ways to play with this fabulous stencil. If you want more Spellbinders Club ideas and tutorials, tap the playlist on your screen right now to head over to my Spellbinders playlist for even more monthly club inspiration and card making ideas. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and until next time, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.